Have you ever noticed how certain foods you used to eat without a second thought now seem to weigh you down? Maybe it's that bloated feeling after dinner, or how your knees ache just a little more the morning after a big meal. You might shrug it off, thinking, well, I'm just getting older. But here's the thing, aging doesn't mean you have to feel worse. Sometimes it's not age catching up to you. It's the food on your plate. Asterisk, as we grow older, our bodies change, and what used to fuel us in our 30s or 40s can actually start hurting us after 55. Our metabolism slows, our digestion becomes more sensitive, and what we eat plays a bigger role than ever in how we feel, move, and even think. That's why in today's video, we're having an honest conversation about 3 foods that could be silently stealing your energy, damaging your joints, and even putting your heart at risk. Asterisk, I know it's not always easy to change habits. Many of us grew up with these foods in our homes, on our dinner tables, and in our comfort meals. But knowledge is power. And once you understand what's really going on inside your body, you'll feel more in control, not just of your diet, but of your health and your future. Asterisk. So, let's talk about the first food that might be holding you back after 55. And trust me, this one is sneaky because it's often hiding where you least expect it. Asterisk. Let's talk about refined carbohydrates. I'm not just talking about sugar in your coffee or a slice of birthday cake. I mean the white bread on your sandwich, the crackers you snack on in the afternoon, even that innocent-looking bowl of cereal in the morning. These foods are often stripped of fiber, vitamins, and anything that slows them down in your system. So, what happens? They spike your blood sugar fast. Asterisk. When blood sugar goes up quickly, your body pumps out insulin to bring it back down. Do this often enough, and it becomes a roller coaster your body struggles to handle. And over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain around the belly, fatigue, and even type 2 diabetes. Not to mention, it can leave you crashing in the middle of the day tired, irritable, and craving more sugar. Asterisk, you might think, but I don't eat much sugar. That's what many people over 55 say, and yet refined carbs are still slipping in. White rice, white pasta, packaged muffins, even many low-fat snacks, all of these can cause those same sugar spikes. And when your blood sugar is constantly up and down, it affects more than just your energy. It can impact your memory, your mood, and even how well you sleep at night. Asterisk, what can you do instead? You don't have to give up all your favorite meals. Just try swapping out refined carbs for whole versions. Brown rice instead of white, whole grain or sprouted bread instead of white bread, oats instead of sugary cereal. These changes might seem small, but over time, they add up in powerful ways. You'll feel more stable throughout the day, less jittery, more focused, and surprisingly, less hungry. Asterisk now. That brings us to the second food you'll want to reconsider, especially if you've been feeling stiff in the morning or your joints seem to ache a little more than they used to. Asterisk, I'm talking about processed meats, things like sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, bacon, and even some types of jerky. Now, I get it. A slice of ham in a sandwich is quick and easy. Bacon with eggs is a classic. And a hot dog at a family barbecue. That's tradition. But here's the thing, they're not just meat. They're loaded with additives, preservatives, nitrates, and excess salt. Asterisk, all of these ingredients can trigger inflammation in the body. And as you probably know, inflammation is at the root of so many health problems we face as we age, from arthritis to heart disease. What's worse is that inflammation doesn't always scream. It whispers, in the form of stiffness, fatigue, foggy thinking, or a general sense that something just doesn't feel right. Asterisk, processed meats have also been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, especially colorectal cancer, and they can raise your blood pressure over time due to their high sodium content. If you're trying to care for your heart and joints and stay active for as long as possible, cutting back on processed meats is one of the smartest things you can do. Now. I'm not saying never have a slice of bacon again, but be mindful. Choose fresh, lean cuts of meat when possible, like grilled chicken or turkey. Or better yet, try plant-based sources of protein a few times a week. Beans, lentils, tofu, even eggs can be great, affordable, and easy to prepare. And your body will thank you. And now, let's talk about the third food on the list, the one that can sneak into your diet even when you think you're eating light or being healthy. It's something that's everywhere, and it goes by many names. But its effect on your body, especially after 55, is undeniable. So, what's this third food that could be sabotaging your health without you even realizing it? It's vegetable oils. Yes, the kind often labeled as heart-healthy or light. Oils like soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, and canola oil are in just about everything these days: salad dressings, packaged snacks, frozen meals, and even the healthy foods you might find at the store. For decades, we were told that these oils were better than butter, better than lard, and a smart swap for our hearts. But here's the truth. These oils are heavily processed. They're high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in large amounts, can throw your body out of balance. Now, omega-6 isn't evil. Our body needs a little of it. But here's the catch. It needs to be in balance with omega-3, the healthy fats you get from fish, flax seeds, and walnuts. And most people over 55, without even realizing it, are getting way too much omega-6 and not nearly enough omega-3. What happens when that balance is off? Chronic inflammation. And as we mentioned earlier, inflammation is the silent fuel behind many age-related diseases, joint pain, heart problems, and even mental decline. The problem with these oils is that they don't just affect your body over time. They can affect how your brain works. There's emerging research that links excessive omega-6 consumption with memory issues and mood swings. And let's be honest, no one wants to spend their golden years feeling foggy, forgetful, or anxious. We've worked too hard for that. What makes it worse is that these oils are often used at high temperatures, both at home and in restaurants. When overheated, they oxidize and create harmful compounds that can damage cells and even accelerate aging. So even that light salt with vegetable oil isn't as innocent as it sounds. Now, you might be wondering, what should I use instead? The good news is, there are healthier, safer facts that actually nourish your body and brain. Virgin olive oil is a fantastic choice. It's rich in antioxidants, supports heart health, and has anti-inflammatory properties. Avocado oil is another great option, especially for cooking at higher temperatures. And coconut oil, while still a saturated fat, can be fine in moderation and is far more stable when heated. You don't need to toss out every bottle in your kitchen today, but start checking your labels. If you see vegetable oil, soybean oil, or canola oil listed near the top, especially on packaged foods, it might be time to reconsider. Your body, joints, heart, and yes, even your memory will benefit in the long run. Now, I know all this information can feel a little overwhelming. You might be thinking, do I really need to stop eating bread, bacon, and use different oil? Isn't that too much at my age? And to that, I want to say absolutely not. You are never too old to start making small, meaningful changes. And the beauty of being older is that you've already learned how to adjust when life demands it. Think about all the changes you've weathered: careers, families, health scares, joy, loss, growth. This is just one more shift, but this time, it's in your hands. You get to choose what you put into your body and how you want to feel every day moving forward. Asterisk. And you don't need to overhaul everything all at once. Just one change at a time. Maybe you start by switching your cooking oil, or you swap your breakfast cereal for oats with nuts and berries, or you skip the deli meat and go for a fresh grilled chicken breast instead. Each small step you take is a vote for your future self, your stronger, clearer, more vibrant self. Asterisk. One of the biggest myths about aging is that decline is inevitable. But that's just not true. Much of what we chalk up to getting older is actually the result of lifestyle habits, especially the ones tied to food. And once you shift those habits, even slightly, the results can be surprising. Asterisk. You may notice you're sleeping better. Your joints don't ache as much. Your belly feels less bloated. Your energy returns in small waves. Your thinking clears up. These are not small victories. They are signs that your body is responding, healing, and thriving. Asterisk. And one of the most powerful things you can do right now is simply become aware. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. If you know these foods are affecting your health, and you know there are better choices available, you're already halfway there. Asterisk. Let's also remember this. Food is personal. It's tied to memories, culture, tradition, and emotion. It's okay to feel a little resistance at first, but try shifting your mindset. Instead of thinking, I can't have that anymore, try thinking, I'm choosing something better for myself today. That small change in perspective can make all the difference. Asterisk. I'll let you in on a little secret. Many people who cut out refined carbs, processed meats, and unhealthy oils later say they wish they'd done it sooner. Not just because of how they feel physically, but because they feel in control. There's a special kind of pride in knowing you're taking care of yourself in a way that truly matters. Asterisk. Now that we've uncovered all three foods that may be holding you back: refined carbs, processed meats, and processed vegetable oils, it's time to bring it all together. Because knowing what not to eat is just one side of the story. In the next part, we'll explore what you can add into your life to feel stronger, sharper, and healthier after 55. Asterisk. You've made it this far, and that tells me something important. You care about your health. You want to feel better, move better, and live with more energy and confidence. And that's powerful. Knowing what to avoid those hidden traps like refined carbs, processed meats, and industrial oils is a great start. But now let's turn the spotlight towards something just as important: what you can do instead. Asterisk. Because here's the truth: eliminating harmful foods creates space for better ones. And the moment you start feeding your body the right way, it responds. You don't have to wait months or years to feel the change. Sometimes it happens in days. Your digestion improves. You wake up with more clarity. The stiffness in your knees softens. The scale might even shift a little without you trying. Asterisk. So where do you begin? Asterisk. Let's start with whole, natural foods, things your body recognizes and knows how to use. You'd be surprised how many people in their 60s and 70s start eating this way and say they feel younger than they did in their 50s. That's not magic. It's just good fuel. Asterisk. Think about colorful vegetables like spinach, broccoli, bell peppers, and carrots. These aren't just good for you. They're packed with nutrients that help reduce inflammation, support your immune system, and protect your eyes and skin as you age. And if you steam them or roast them with a little olive oil and herbs, delicious. Asterisk. Then there's protein, which becomes even more important after 55. You need it to maintain muscle, keep your bones strong, and stay mobile and independent. Try grilled fish, roasted chicken, lentils, beans, or even a couple of boiled eggs with some avocado toast. If you've been skipping protein at breakfast, start adding it in. You'll feel more satisfied throughout the day, and less likely to reach for sugary snacks. Asterisk. And don't forget healthy fats, the ones that support brain function and keep your heart ticking strong. We're talking about foods like walnuts, flax seeds, olive oil, avocado, and fatty fish like salmon or sardines. These not only make your meals more filling, but also help calm inflammation in the body and protect against memory decline. Asterisk. Another simple habit that can transform your health. Hydration. So many seniors are walking around slightly dehydrated without even knowing it. They feel sluggish, tired, or achy, and they think it's just aging. But often, they're just not drinking enough water. Aim for small sips throughout the day and watch how your skin, joints, and even your mood start to shift. Asterisk. I also want to gently encourage you to listen to your body. So often we eat out of routine, habit, or convenience. But your body is always communicating. If something makes you feel tired, bloated, foggy, or achy, it's trying to tell you something. And at this stage in life, we owe it to ourselves to start listening more closely. Asterisk. And here's something really important. This is not about being perfect. You don't need to become a nutrition expert overnight or throw out every food in your kitchen. You don't need to track every bite or live on salad. All you need to do is start being more intentional. Swap that sugary cereal for oats. Trade the deli sandwich for a fresh bowl of soup with veggies and beans. Choose water instead of soda or juice. These are real, doable shifts. Asterisk. If you mess up, that's okay. We all do. One bad meal doesn't undo all your progress. Just like one healthy choice won't fix everything instantly. But with each better decision, you're building a healthier, stronger version of yourself. And that's something to be proud of. Asterisk. There's a common belief that after 55 or 65 or 75, it's too late to change, too late to heal, too late to feel vibrant again. But I want to challenge that thinking. I've seen 70-year-olds reverse their blood pressure issues, lose stubborn weight, regain their energy, and even reduce pain, all by changing what they eat. Asterisk. You are not too old. You are not stuck. And you are not powerless. Asterisk. In fact, this chapter of life may be your most powerful yet. Because now, you're not doing it for anyone else. You're not feeding kids or juggling careers. You're doing it for you. And you deserve to feel good in your own body. Asterisk. So, here's what I want you to take away from today's conversation. Asterisk. You don't need to fear food, but you do need to understand it. Some foods drain you, others heal you. Choose the ones that support your energy, your memory, and your freedom. Cut back on the ones that silently cause harm. Not because you should, but because you can. Because you deserve better. Because your life, your comfort, and your joy are worth the effort. Asterisk. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you already tried cutting out any of these foods? Have you noticed a difference in how you feel? Or maybe you're just starting and feeling a little overwhelmed. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I read everyone. And chances are, someone else out there will relate to your story and feel inspired because of it. Asterisk. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. It helps more people discover these important messages. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We talk about real issues here. Things that matter, things that help. You feel better, stronger, and more alive at any age. Asterisk. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you walk away from this video feeling a little more hopeful, a little more informed, and a lot more empowered. Asterisk. You are not alone in this journey. And the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still ahead. Asterisk. Here's to feeling strong, clear, and full of life, no matter your age. Asterisk. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. Asterisk.